Imagine a scenario where homes on your street have been broken into by burglars. Not just one, but 3 or 4 homes have been burglarized and stuff stolen in a short span of time. Actually, a few years ago, a couple of our neighborhood homes were broken into in a span of just few weeks. It kind of puts you on high alert, doesn't it? You'll be wondering, could my home be the next one? Hezekiah felt exactly the same way. He had a season in his life where he was on high alert, wondering if his kingdom was the next one for the king of Assyria to plunder and take the people captive. Hezekiah had every right to be fearful because of what the king of Assyria had done to the northern kingdom. So for our study today, let's turn to 2 Chronicles 32nd chapter, verse 1. After these things and these acts of faithfulness, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came and invaded Judah and encamped against the fortified cities, thinking to win them for himself. After Hezekiah had faithfully dealt with bringing the people back to the Lord and following the Lord himself, doing what was good, right, and true, you would kind of expect that he enjoyed peace and quiet for the rest of his days. After doing so much for the Lord, we see storms raging in our lives. Sometimes we see right after we sacrificially did something for the Lord, we can see that the enemy has ramped up his attacks. The point is, during those times, it is more crucial to stay committed to your calling and rooted in immense trust in God, especially during the times of intense trials. I really like the fact that Hezekiah speaks confidence into the people at a time when all he can do is shake in his boots. His situation was a situation of terror. Now, Hezekiah had a choice: to be confident in knowing that God is worthy of our trust, or to be a coward and surrender. He chose confidence in God. He didn't speak fear into the people, but confidence, just like the great commander-in-chief is supposed to be doing. He says, "For the one with us is greater than the one with them." It's very easy to trust God when things are going our way, when there is peace all around us, when there are no relationship issues, our careers are going great, our financial condition is secure, we are pink in health, whatever that means, our kids are obedient, all we can do is smile. But what if nothing is going our way? What if there are situations that make us shake in our boots? What if our health situation is so precarious that even to go to the doctor and have it checked, we feel afraid for the fear of what we might need to hear? What if there is no peace in your closest relationships and you're crying out to God, but it feels like your prayers are just hitting the ceiling? What if we don't see favor of God around us? What if we do our best to help someone, but now we are the lonely ones in need and nobody is coming to help us? It's easy to say we trust in God when everything is going great, but it sure requires immense trust when the enemy comes knocking at our own door. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 19, verse 14. Then Hezekiah took the letter from the hand of the messengers and read it, and he went up to the house of the Lord and spread it out before the Lord. Take your bad news and spread it out before the Lord. This is an unfair situation that Hezekiah found himself in, that he absolutely had no control over. There is nothing that he could do to change it except only the power of God can do it. Sometimes we are more ready to go to the things in the natural, to the things that we can work out in our own strength. You see, Hezekiah is a king. He could have first gotten to his military and got that ready, or talk to his chief strategy officers to figure out what plan they need to come up with. All these are good things. God has given us an intellect and he expects that we use it. But first, go spread it before the Lord. Take it to the Lord. Don't run off for Google search for your solution. Sometimes you end up with more problems than solutions in Google search, because you might end up reading about stuff that makes you more afraid or more worried about. Spread it out before the Lord first. The enemy wants us to be worried. He wants us to be bogged down, live in self-pity, be afraid. But the best comeback, the best pill, the best medicine is having unconditional, immense trust in the Lord. Now, if you live with that kind of trust, you take away all the power of the enemy. You might have challenges that are huge and extremely hard to handle in the natural. It may feel like I absolutely don't have a chance. But don't be intimidated. Remember what Hezekiah said to the people, for the one with us is greater than the one with them. So remember, be unafraid and you will become undefeated.